Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through how I created this outfit and the build for Dreamlight Western DreamSnap submission. And for this challenge, we had to have 2 rustic, 3 wondrous, Toy Story, and simple for this. And this is the outfit that I came up with. My inspiration was that I was a bandit, or maybe I am a sheriff that's got some side activities of robbing to town, and that I was gonna have Woody with me, and that he was trying to take me in and I was running from the law. It's kind of my story behind this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tags and see what we came up with. So the first thing that I do typically is put all of the tags on the filters and then go through each of the different categories to see what I can find that is max tags. So for this one, again, this was rustic, wondrous, Toy Story, and simple. So I started out with that, and I kind of felt like there were not that many great tags, and just had to go with what I could. But I put in all the filters and then clicked all. So I knew I wanted to incorporate these high value tag items. So I went with the dark brown sheriff jacket, the cowboy hat, and the brown cowboy boots. And then went and took off Toy Story to see what else I could come up with. So within here, I was able to go through the other categories to see what I could add. So for pants, I'm not quite sure what all these ones were, to be honest. Let's go ahead and, because this was such a weird week, let's go ahead and reset the filters and just look through here. So let's see. We had on the sturdy blue jeans, which is rustic, Toy Story, and simple. We also are wearing the trusty brown satchel, which is rustic, simple, and wondrous. We have on the red Wild West handkerchief, I guess. Rustic, Toy Story, and simple. We also layered on a different necklace underneath there to get an additional tag. But for our gloves, we have these brown Rebel Lion gloves that are simple and wondrous. We layered on the gold treasure medallion, which is rustic and wondrous as well, underneath the handkerchief. Let's see, what else did we have on here? We went with this flannel top, but again, trying to figure out these tags. It's kind of a mess this week. So we went with the Incredibles super mask to be a bandit, and this is simple and wondrous. We have on the gold triple stud earrings, simple and wondrous for that as well. We also have the white over the knee socks, which is a simple tag underneath our jeans. And we also have on this yellow Wild West button-up top, which is Toy Story, simple and rustic. I just couldn't find it in the other screen, so I had to look it up. But that is pretty much everything that I am wearing. We're not able to incorporate a bracelet for this look because of the long sleeve top and the jacket, but this is what the outfit ended up looking like. And this week it was hard to get high tags without taking away from the actual challenge itself. So for this outfit, we were able to get 8 out of 2 rustic, 8 out of 3 wondrous, 6 Toy Story, and 11 simple. And that was pretty much the best that I could do with the limitations of these tags, unfortunately. There were not a lot of high tag options available. So let's go ahead and transition over to taking a look at how I created the build and what we ended up submitting. So we started out over in the Eternity Isle in the desert area. I wanted to incorporate this area over here. We put a bunch of these trees and the water tower from Tiana there, and then started incorporating a lot of the desert elements. So cacti, different cacti, saguaros, and these other ones here as well, and these different trees. And that was what I wanted to put the main focus on this week. Being from the Southwest in the US, I very much am familiar with this scenery, so I wanted to make it as true to that as possible and still come up with a dream snap that I think will do well at the same time, but I didn't want to go over the top crazy with it all because I wanted to be very simple and have that Wild West town vibe, and to really sell the idea that I was going for. So I'm using these little cactus plants as well as the cacti that you get from the tree area and the vegetation. And then I'm also incorporating some of the crafted planting pots as well that have cacti in it as well. And I'm trying to incorporate it in a way that you're not seeing the base of the planter and that it looks like it's naturally in that environment. I start out using the what, like, I don't even know what cafe building that is, from Zootopia, I think it is, to cover up the Cave of Wonders in the back because I didn't want that peeking through. But then I end up putting in front of it Gaston's tavern or house, just to give it more of that vibe because it has the kind of rooster and cardinal signals on the, or cardinal not elements, geez, cardinal directions, there we go, on the top of it, which really went with the theme that I was going for. I incorporated the desert like waterfall thing here simply for some rock element as well as for the cactus on there. The bow and arrow with the archery area, I end up removing the dummies and moving things over a little bit to the right because after I kind of did all of this, I realized that it was out of the frame of the shot and had to move things in a little bit further. We have the rustic water pump along with a little bucket of water and these barrels and the cart right there. I end up switching out that planter for a sack of seeds, I think. We have this little chair over there with a drink and a guitar, which you can't really tell in the photo itself, unfortunately. And we have a little stand with some food and a little drink there as well. We put in these sunlit plateau plants and things, but you don't really end up seeing most of them, unfortunately, in the photo. But it did really add something to this build. We added in some hay, some firewood, which again isn't really visible, and the outhouse. And we have the little LeFou, which I just think is funny, and the missing cart bulletin, which to me was kind of like a wanted poster for my character. And we add in some of these bones, and am just playing around with the placement of everything. We have these little sacks, some gold ingots, and this rope that I am using for my heist. And we add in these fireflies as well. And the rest of the video, or the rest of the time that I spent, was just moving these items around to incorporate everything and make sure that it's the right angle that I want. I pull Gaston's house a little bit more forward and move around items around the planter to my right because it was showing the base of it and I didn't want to have that. So I incorporate this larger sunlit plateau bush and one of the like floral bushes next to it that can get a little bit closer than the regular bushes. So this is pretty much the end photo. I'm just moving around some of these cacti to get the placement right because I want the Sororo cactus not to cover the other cacti, and I want that smaller one with the blossom on it to be visible. Gaston kept trying to be in my photo, but I was able to get him perfectly walking behind me. Unfortunately, that meant that Pua was not in my photo, but we did get a snake, which I think is a good substitute. So that is the end photo. Let's go ahead and take a look at it a little bit closer. And I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I think that it reads really well in a smaller form, and when you look at it bigger, it really does look like Sheriff Woody is disappointed in me. He has his hand on his hip near his where his pistol might be, and he is definitely not happy with me. And I am on the run. And I absolutely love how this turned out. We ended up setting the time of day right before sunset to get that kind of goldeny shot right before it went into being sunset. And I think that it turned out absolutely beautiful. I wish that you could see some of the finer elements in the back, but unfortunately in this camera mode, it does blur things out, which can be a blessing or a curse when you're doing things like this. It is a curse because you want them to see all the little details that you put in, but the only way to get that is by using a filter that makes it darker, and it just wouldn't look as good. But it's a blessing if you're doing, say, a furniture challenge and you're hiding tags behind other items, it gets blurred out for you. So I would say, and this is really exactly what I was going for. And the only thing that I wish that I had was, again, Pua in the photo, but also I saw people using little scorpions, and I totally forgot that that was a thing. Otherwise, I may have added a couple of them strategically around this photo to just add a little something extra. But that is my photo for the week. I hope you enjoyed this process video, and I can't wait to see what the results are tomorrow and enjoy the update day. So I hope you guys have a good one. I will be live on Twitch tomorrow night around 5:30 p.m. Pacific if you would like to come say hello. And I will be posting my results video tomorrow, and then on Thursday I will have my update day video. So if you're not able to make it to the stream, you can stop here and take a look at what my thoughts were on the initial update video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.